Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Modern Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ejeze. Today's quest is how personal and individual awareness can help you make better decisions. So, when I talk about this with some people, I like to use the metaphor of the crossroads. Crossroads like a junction that is crossed, maybe going to four roads. That moment where paths split off in different directions. We hit these crossroads in our everyday lives more often than we even realize. And the way we know we are there is through a somatic experience. That's like kind of a bodily experience. Something in the body shifts. It's like a little alarm going off inside us saying, hey, this moment matters. For me personally, it's a racing heart or a beating heart. My heart is beating. Sometimes an uneasy feeling in my tummy. And I've learned over time, those are signals and they mean I'm about to make a decision that has emotional weight. It's not just another moment, it's a choice point. Now, that moment, I usually know exactly what I feel like doing. It's my default. The thing that particular thing that makes my heart to start racing, I will just realize that I've done it 100 times, maybe even 1,000 times, and I feel awkward in a social situation. So I usually avoid them, or I'll start feeling anxious. Or so I may decide to say, okay, let me reach for comfort, for food, or I will isolate myself, or I seek reassurance, or I'll say, okay, let me go and drink alcohol. Whatever it is, it means that I know that road and I've walked it so many times. I could do it blindfolded. It's a point in time whereby I know that this is the way I feel. And I need to do something positive about it because it's a vulnerable moment. And I also know where it leads. It's predictable, and I know it could lead to shame, regret, maybe a feeling of feeling stuck. That road only goes where it goes. It doesn't suddenly take me somewhere new just because I wish it could. Roads don't change. It is we that we need to change towards knowing how to follow that road. So the question becomes, do I need to walk that road again? Do I need to go down it for the 10,001 time? I know every house in that street. I know every crack in that sidewalk. So what will now happen to my mind is that I'll say to myself, maybe it's time to try a different road. And true, I need to try a different road because I already know where that thing will lead me to, and I know it's not a good road. It's a bad one. So I need to choose another path that probably will lead me to a positive path. And here's the thing, making that shift takes intentional courage. You need to know that, yes, I followed this road before and it wasn't good for me. So let me try another road. Sometimes you are skeptical because it's not easy. It's uncomfortable. You don't know the next road, the route you want to follow. It even goes against every emotional reflex in your body because you are used to what you are used to. Following that particular path, maybe avoiding people, maybe going to go and drink or do one thing or the other. That is what you are used to. But this time around, you need to make an intentional courage to make a shift to something that you feel that will be better, on that road that you feel that will be better. That's why it helps to have a replacement behavior ready. You tell yourself, when I reach this point, this is the way I want to behave. I don't want to behave in the way I was behaving before that leads to a road that is negative. Something you've already thought about that you have in your heart is what you will bring out. Maybe if you told yourself that when it reaches time that I feel anxious, I want to stop drinking or I want to stop smoking. When it reaches that point, you need to have a replacement behavior that you say, okay, when it happens like this is what I will do in order to be positive about it. What am I going to do instead of smoking, instead of seeking reassurance, instead of overeating or self-harming myself? Because when you are at that crossroad and your body is screaming at you to go down that familiar path, you need something solid to reach for, something that reminds you this moment should be different. I'm choosing differently. It's going to feel weird, it's going to feel wrong, but that's how you know you are building something new. The popular bodybuilder and former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he once said that he only starts counting his sit-ups and push-ups when it starts to hurt. That's because by the time it starts hurting, it means that that's when the real work starts. Everything before that time is just warm up. So when something hurts, it means that you are working on a change, a positive change, because you are moving to a path that is different from the familiar one that was comfortable for you before. So same goes to what I'm trying to discuss with you this morning. That bodily discomfort, that's your signal. You are at the crossroad, and if you choose differently now, if you push through that discomfort, you are building emotional muscle. You are creating change. You are rewriting your story actually. So the next time you feel that shift in your body, pause and recognize it, respect it, and ask yourself, which road am I choosing today? Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone out there needs to hear this message. Maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We'll talk more in future episodes. Thanks for listening and take care.